Are you freezing? I'm freezing. I'm freezing also.
It's got chilly out there.
Yeah. Take one's off to go back to school. It's like, I put my jacket back on. I know. The doctor started up the air. Just like an hour and a quarter. Hour and a half. Through here. Oh, well, just like unzipping the zip. Yeah. I need to do that next time because and it's down. Yeah. I was like hanging on to I just had my camera out. I was like, can you just do it?
What, 15?
They did advance in 15. They lost in quarters next year. Lost in quarters in 17. Lost in quarters in 18. Yep. Yep, first time since 15.
I love it. Yeah.
I love her. Yeah, career high. It's crazy. Good time to do it.
Hey, Pam, is this still just coach for Xavier?
Yeah.
Like, she's good at it.
What's that? Just box scores if they. Yeah, I think I'll good stuff.
Oh my God, my legs.
Career highs for threes and fours. Okay.
Yeah.
All right, we welcome in the Villanova Wildcats, a career high in points and three-pointers for Raven James today. A couple of notes about the Villanova Wildcats as they advance 64-56 over Xavier. Villanova will play number 2 seed Marquette tomorrow night, 6 o'clock here at the Big East Women's Basketball Tournament presented by Jeep. Villanova's first advancement in the tournament since 2015. Villanova improves to 3-1 in overtime this year. The Wildcats split the season series versus Marquette, and Villanova has won 15 of 16 all-time meetings against Xavier. We will open it up first with an opening statement from Coach, then questions for Raven, then we'll excuse Raven, and we'll take questions for Coach. But first, an opening statement from Harry.
Yeah, I told the kids before the game that we have to play good defense. The problem is our offense. We just don't score the ball. We pass it pretty well. We get some open looks, but we're so inconsistent at shooting the ball. I have no idea from game to game who's going to make shots. And I've been on Raven like the last 2 weeks to shoot more threes because her form is really good. She just doesn't look to shoot the ball. So today, luckily, she did shoot the ball. So, you know, and then the three-pointer at the end, we made a mistake. We went for a jab step when a two-pointer couldn't hurt us, and we gave up a three to tie the game. But luckily, I was very impressed that we rebounded and won the game in overtime. I thought at that point we might be done at that point, to be honest with you. But they did a really good job in overtime of making. They made more shots in overtime. I think they may have made it in some of the quarters. But you know, just things like that, you have to just work on and try to do your best. That's all.
We will take questions now. Again, raise your hand for questions for Raven. We'll recognize you, and then you can ask your question. Megan, in the front row.
Raven, Coach just mentioned it right there, that he's been on you with taking and making more threes. Is that something that you really have worked on even more so coming into this tournament?
I mean, yes, like every day, before practice, after practice, I just try to get threes up. And like, I'm always a pass first point guard, and I usually look to Maddie or Mary or even Bridget just to get those points on the board. And I realized like we just need another scorer and just a chip in, whether it's, 5, 8, whatever, how many points. I just knew that I could be a threat from the outside if I believed in myself, and so did my team. So.
Here in the back corner.
What was going through your mind with those 2 threes in overtime?
Through the whole game, I just knew where like the sweet spot was for me. It was on the right wing, and I just knew that if the reversal was going to be open and if my feet were set, then I knew I could make that shot. And yeah, my teammates found me in the nice spots where I like to shoot it, and they just kept telling me to shoot the ball, and I was ready.
Here in the front.
Ashley with Big East Digital. Coming from a player's perspective, when Coach is talking about, inconsistencies on offense and shooting, and he's not sure who's going to be the star of that day or what have you, how is it, and how are you able to kind of rely or take the team on your back like you did today?
Just constantly talking to our younger players, and we're all young, and I just said from the beginning of the season we're all in a new position here, and we're all on the same level. So just really grasping that leadership role and constantly talking to my teammates on and off the court. We said just coming into the game today, like it was about having fun and about not giving up. And even when things went south, we just kept pushing each other.
Anything else for Raven? Great, Raven. Thank you very much. We'll get you back to the locker room. We'll reset here. We'll take questions for Coach in a second. This is the first overtime game of the Big East tournament since 2018, the first round when Butler defeated Providence 73-67. It's the third overtime game in the tournament since reconfiguration.
Go back to New York, all right? Stay there.
We'll
take questions for Coach. In the back row in the center.
Hey, Coach, Johnny Soper, Big East Digital. You kind of mentioned in your opening statement that your team was going to come out in overtime after they hit the three. How would you describe their ability to regroup after the buzzer to come back and win it?
I was really impressed. I mean, I've watched these kids play all year, and it's just, they don't normally do that. I mean, they play really well. They play hard, but that was the kind of game I thought it was a mental game, and we were kind of really out of it. And I thought that three-pointer might have been the dagger to push us over the edge, but it wasn't. I really give them a lot of credit. They took their time in overtime. Raven, looked to shoot the ball like she should have done. And, like I said, I think we shot a better field goal percentage in overtime. We did the whole game, I'm sure, right? Yeah, I mean, I'm sure we were under 35% for the game. And I'm sure we took more shots than points scored, right? Yeah.
One more shot.
That's all? I thought it'd be a lot more than that.
Here in the front.
Coach Preda, at what point in overtime did you kind of feel the momentum shifting for your team to come away with it?
I think when Ray hit the second three, that was really big because it got us up odd, I think. It put us up 5, I think, or 7, I don't remember. And if we got the game odd, I just felt like unless we missed every foul shot we took, if we didn't give up a 3, they couldn't catch us. As long as we made at least 1 out of 2 or 2 out of 2 the free throws, not turn it over, obviously. But when you get the game odd like that, the team has to score 3 field goals, and then they have to foul us 3 times. So, the chances are in your favor if you can just shoot even 70% or 60% from the foul line.
Here in the front.
Looking ahead to tomorrow, I know this could be a possible 4 games in 4 days because I'm sure you're looking at it one at a time, but how do you start that day, celebrating a little bit for a second, now moving on to tomorrow, but how do you coach that when this could be 4 days long?
Well, we came into the tournament trying to give them a lot of rest. So, I mean, they extended a lot of energy today, but there's nothing you can really do. You just tell them to get some rest, you show up. You play on adrenaline now anyhow. I think it's more adrenaline than conditioning at this point, to be honest with you. So I just think we didn't push them really hard at practice all week. We tried to bring them into the tournament relatively fresh.
We got time for one more for Coach.
More chances I don't show up tomorrow than them.
Thanks, Coach. We'll see you tomorrow.
All right, thanks. Bye. Yeah.
Tomorrow.
You got a pause?
I did not. I'd love to take one. Thank you.
Wait a minute. 5. Run down.
We'll start with an opening statement from Coach, and then we'll open it up to questions. Coach, an opening statement.
Wow, I'm just so proud of our team. We obviously came up short, not the end result that we wanted, but the fact that we got to overtime and they competed and fought for 45 minutes. I was really proud of them and just said, you know, this is our first stone or brick in our journey together, and don't get used to losing, and that we will change Xavier women's basketball so that it is competing at a high level, and that it's a sacrifice to win. Winning isn't easy, but we know we got our work cut out for us, and we will get Xavier women's basketball back to what it once was.
We'll open it up to questions. Ashley in the front.
Hi.
First of all, great fight today. I know we've watched it in overtime, of course, the first overtime. So what have you seen from the growth of this team being here for your first season from the beginning up until this game?
Yeah, just how hard they did fight and brought it every single day. You know, we never got caught up in our record, and a lot of referees, opposing coaches would be like, wow, you're the best 2 and whatever or 3 and whatever team in the country. I just think we made it a mindset that we're not going to get caught up in the losses, and we're going to talk about winning every day and what that looks like. And so credit to this, every single player in this program and coach and my support staff, everybody came in ready to work, and we never got caught up in the losses. It was about there's better days ahead. Let's just keep fighting, keep grinding, and it'll all work out eventually. And so those kids bought into that from day one. And I think everybody in this room saw a change in them and just how hard they played, and they bought in. And so I'm really thankful, you know, to say that they fought the entire season.
Here in the front, Megan.
Coach Moore, you just mentioned your team fighting the entire season. That fight continued today, forcing overtime. What did you learn specifically about the fight that this team has in them?
Yep, that no lead is safe, that we can come back, and you know, we'll take a lot of growing pains from this and a lot to learn. We'll learn from it when we can get together again. We'll watch it together and just kind of break it down. But that we got down, I don't know how much, but when they hit those 2 threes, but then our kids were able to regroup themselves and they bought back into getting stops, and then we got some scores. I mean, the rebounding battle, I was proud of them. I mean, 21 offensive rebounds, we out-rebounded them. We just couldn't convert. And I think that in the end, what kind of hurt us all season long is the percentages that we shot. So we just got to get in the gym, continue to work, continue to grind, and you know, eventually, hopefully, these are wins for us.
In the back row, and then we'll come back up front.
Hi.
I want to ask you about Ariana Gray, led the team in scoring today. Just what has she meant to you in your first season and over the course of this year?
Yeah, Ari's so competitive, and she brings that edge every day to practice, every game, and you saw that. I think sometimes she gets a little frustrated out there, but the frustration was less this year, and we'll continue to challenge her to be the best. She wants to be a first-team all-league performer, but she knows that it ain't easy, and this conference is loaded with talent. It's one of the best basketball conferences in the country, so we'll just continue to challenge her, have her grow on all levels. But we're so thankful we got to coach her for our first year, and she's a fighter. I mean, a double-double machine on any given night.
And last question here in the front.
I just wanted to ask about Aaliyah too. I mean, she set up huge. The only 3 of that, you know, the 40 minutes was her. That last one that counted. Take me through that play and just what she has meant to you guys as well.
Yeah, so it was a staggered screen for Waz to come off to the left side, and then we had Mo on a single side, but they switched all of the screens, so we tried to flare it, but then the time was running out, so Aaliyah just shot it and it went in. But so proud of her. She's the glue of our team. She's the coach out on the floor, and from day one as well, she's kind of been the voice of us with the team, and that change is good. And let's keep fighting. Let's keep buying into this coaching staff. Can't say enough about her and what she means to our program.
Coach, thank you very much.
Thank you.
Thank you. Thank you. Thanks, Coach. Yep. Thank you.
You're shaking your head. I was right. I was right.
Say, there are going to be some folks waiting for you when you get back to the staff.
I've never seen anybody so disappointed in me for being correct.
Are we done?
We are done for the day.
Okay.
You did such a good job today. We'll do it again tomorrow.
Yes, indeed. We're going to step it up.
We are. Twice as many games tomorrow.